Hello and good evening for Thursday, August 29th, 2024. We have just finished watching the Week 6 Eviction in the Big Brother 26 house. But we're just getting started here on Super Mater Brothers Podcasting, a live stream here on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. Or you might be listening to us on the audio version. I'm Dave Mater, joined with Jaemeel Robinson, here to break it all down for you here tonight. As spoilers out there, Tucker is evicted in a 5-3 vote. After not surviving the AI arena, he did the puzzle backwards. He ends up next to Angela. Man, did Angela try to make a case to vote her out to her fellow house guest? But it was to no awry as he gets voted out here. But Jaemeel, maybe there's a happy ending here for Tucker since he got $20,000 for basically
which we knew it was going to happen.
We knew it was going to happen, and I'm not sad he got it. Although, I think 10,000 would have been more fair for what he did with it. But hey, I'm not sad to see the guy make some money either. So, Jaemeel, where's Jeff?
Jeff is right now crying. He's making an altar to the to the BB gods to get Tucker somehow back into the game.
Yeah, like Tucker is now, and Tucker being one of the most entertaining house guests of the season, is a pre-jury boot. So he will not be here.
Who would have thunk it?
Who would have thunk it? He's going to go see Kenny in Boston, and he's going home to his dog or whomever. I guess my other big reaction coming into this podcast, Jaemeel, is T-Core and this HOH. Well, first of all, let's get some business out of the way first.
Oh, sorry. Can I get center screen?
You can get, and I think we need a banner, perhaps.
Yes.
Yes, the floor is yours, sir.
Okay. Hello, members of the United Federation of Podcasts and anyone who may be hearing my voice right now. Last week, at the end of this same show, some erroneous information was provided. I, Jaemeel, mentioned that Cam won head of household, believing information that I procured on Twitter, on X, formerly known as Twitter. I, on behalf of the United Federation of Podcasts and also the Super Mater Brothers program, apologize deeply for any pain or suffering that has occurred due to that misinformation. We strive here on this program to do our very best in terms of
what do we strive
information
for?
Yes. Accurate information. We can only strive to do better going forward. Thank you for your time, and once again, I apologize.
Well, Jaemeel, I didn't feel like you needed to apologize, but you said you wanted to when this came to light last week in our chat, because we did a whole segment, at the end of the last week's podcast. We're believing that Cam would be the HOH, and I don't know how it may have been the same result. Who's to say? But T-Core is what I wanted to kind of get to here, because she basically got an alliance member of hers out of this game this week. I think that this if you were going to rate her HOH, what would you give it? A grade? If you were the school teacher?
I would give it an A.
You give it an A?
Yes, okay. Because T-Core was not necessarily loyal to Tucker. He was going the way the wind was blowing. And throughout the week, she was indicated that if Tucker was still there, she was going to hopefully get that shot taken. Right? Now, chances were, as we've seen in the past, that with as many opportunities as Tucker has, not necessarily looks like he would make it to the end to be available to be voted out. But especially against Angela, it was a no-brainer in the grand scheme of things. At the same time, right? She gets a little bit of grace. Oh, she pulled a Quinn, and one of her alliance members got voted out in the same week. Oh no! But at the same time, she has an argument that she can put forth, just like clockwork. She could put forth stating that. Sorry, Jeff. She has an argument that she can put forth that uh, the opportunity was there, and she obviously had to follow how the cards fell.
Okay. Well, Jeff Mader joining us here 6 minutes and 20 seconds into the program. Jeff, your reaction at this hour to Tucker being voted out here, but he gets $20,000 if that matters.
I'm late because I'm pissed.
He's late. You had to what
I
go for a
told
walk?
you. I told you.
No, I mean, I probably would have voted him out too, but like, it just sucks. Like, the show's gonna be so boring now. Like, he was like him and Angela were kind of like the two best players in the house as far as like entertainment goes. So to watch some of these other players, I'm just gonna, I don't know. Like, my interest
they're
is
too erratic for us. We want to be way more bored than this.
Yes, that's a kind of where it went. I don't know. I was kind of surprised how bad Tucker did at that competition. I was like, "What is
really
going
bad.
on?"
Like, there's gonna be a goose egg occasion, like eventually.
Yeah.
Angela did better in that competition than Tucker, and substantially better.
It also sucked the way he lost the veto too, like where he got a 0 on the last shot.
Yeah, he just found that perfect hole with the things he had to knock down. What were they, robots?
He was going for the 40 and he missed it.
Yeah, he missed everything. So he big goose egg, and Cam didn't have to do all that much. We already got through the whole thing. That the retraction that Jaemeel had to issue from last podcast because he had told us that Cam had won HOH when in fact he had not, and it was T-Core the whole time. And I was, Jameel's giving an A to T-Core's HOH. I'm giving it an F. I think that, if she's in this alliance, at least as far as the TV show is presenting, she's in this 6th Avenue alliance with Chemo, who tried to vote out Angela here, right?
Of course.
So that also is informing my opinion here, because Chemo is supposed to be like the number one of T-Core. And if Chemo voted that way, that's what T-Core thought was going to happen, right? Or that's what it indicates, at least.
They all knew Tucker was going.
And as did Joseph, who's also in the 6th Avenue Alliance. But, T-Core also put up 2 members, Angela and Tucker, of that alliance. Now, she told us in the diary room sessions in the show, she never wanted Angela to be in her group in the first place. She was just, kind of brought along by Tucker. And she kind of does allude that Tucker is in her alliance, but she really could cut him loose, it seems like. And I get that part too. But then, like, okay, if you're in an alliance, if you're Joseph or whoever working with her, like, there was no way I would trust her moving forward.
You were in. They were in Tucker's alliance because Rabina was with them, right? So like that was
or Rabina, I got okay. Who is T-Core guy like a path forward here, or is she really sunk her game?
I'll wait till everyone's finished.
Is T-Core's path? Probably not. I don't still think she's like gonna hit the block 100%. She kind of is like playing with Chelsea, but she's playing with Chemo and she's playing with like Quint. Like she's kind of like in a good spot in a lot of ways, Dave. Like it didn't really matter who went home for T-Core this week, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, like why? Like, I mean, the thing is, with the way the game is set up now, and there's 2 comps, and you basically like to get a Tucker out, like you need this opportunity. I get why they did it, but at the same time, like that might hurt her down the road. It might come to the point where, a Cam or somebody wins an HOH and goes, why are we keeping Chemo and T-Core again? Like, why are we doing this?
Right.
I
wouldn't. I just don't think I would trust them to be in an alliance with them.
Well, like, all right, look at Quinn, right? Like Quinn already had them betray him.
Right, and they betrayed him.
And he just betrayed them on this vote. But they'll get right back together, I think. That's the way this game's going.
Right. Like, with Tucker out of this now, and Quinn did eventually get the last laugh here, it appears, in Quinn's case.
Yes.
Quinn's not okay. Sorry for stepping. Quinn's not winning this game. He is not.
No.
He has zero. He is not winning this game.
Is he going to win Leah's heart?
Angela
No.
called him out. It was right.
Lee has no interest in this man.
What? Leah and Quinn, you're not shipping it?
But Quinn has interest in Leah,
Yes.
and so does Joseph apparently.
Yes. Okay. I'll step in. So first thing, T-Core. Did we not watch what happened on Sunday with T-Core? How people were following her around like lemmings, right? There was a whole sequence where people were crying that she won, and everyone's saying how happy.
Which made no sense.
The person who
Why is this again? Like
because she has done nothing, and when I say nothing, she's done nothing in terms of like she's given enough to people where people like her, but she hasn't really done anything that people are mad about. Because the whole like issue with the Pentagon and that was all focused on Quinn.
Yeah.
It's not what they did, right? It's what Quinn was doing. That's what the focus is. So all of the negative energy went towards Quinn. She is played in a sense that everyone, for the most part, didn't know where she was, or she wasn't directly aligned with, didn't know what she was doing. But T-Core is great. I'm happy for her. Right? You want that's already the type of mentality you want for people to vote for you at the end. I would be happy for them to succeed, right? We're seeing that there. So she's head of household, right? She already told the people that they're pawns. All of the pawns survive, right?
Except for Tucker.
Tucker volunteered. Okay, let's and she can keep saying that until it's time to change that narrative. But anytime someone Angela's mad at him, Tucker volunteered. He was trying to make it easy. We all thought he was going to win. He didn't win, and then the house. I didn't vote. T-Core didn't vote. The house voted. Right. So it's not T-Core who voted him out. She can use that excuse until it's time to change the narrative. That's how it's going to go.
To keep Rubina as an ally and not to.
Let's look at what the aftermath is. You have 6th Avenue minus Tucker, so a lot of the power is gone. Joseph was close with Tucker, right? Likes Leah to an absurd degree, right? Mm-hmm. Who is he going to go to? He's going to go back with Quinn? I don't really think so. More chances he'll stick with T-Core, right?
Joey Rodriguez is good. Well, I guess he has lack of options. Is basically what you're saying with him.
It's not like Joseph's going to hook up with Cam, right? Or Chelsea.
That's not that. Or why not?
I have not seen them actually work or kind of intermingly strategize together. No. You have Rubina, who's on an island right now, but is very close with Chemo and T-Core. You have Chemo, who, in my opinion, was letting his feelings for Tucker totally blind him to how big of a threat Tucker was. Now he doesn't have Tucker anymore, so he has Rubina and T-Core. So I
got the new power alliance moving forward is T-Core, Chemo, Rubina, Chelsea, and Cam.
Joseph would want Leah in there.
No, Joseph's not in this group. I'm not even including Joseph.
Who is the biggest threat in the house now? Like everyone goes, oh, if that person's on the block, we got to get rid of them. Who is it?
I would say it's
because that's how they're voting every week. That's how they're voting.
Chelsea's up there, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Chelsea, because she's in the same position as Quinn a couple of weeks ago, and that's why Quinn is keeping it low. But right now, But you're right, Chelsea, Cam, and Mackenzie.
Yeah,
Mackenzie's a huge target.
I bet you one of those 3 players is gone in the next 2 weeks.
Well, whoever wins HOH, which right now it seems the opportune time for Mackenzie to win HOH.
For sure. She needs it. If she's going to have any longevity in this game, she needs this next HOH more than anything, because she'll just be the target again. If she's not, she'll certainly be a nominee. Yeah. Because no one's working with her. She has no alliance.
Yep. You need to win competitions to get more social capital. That's the name of the game. So if I was Mackenzie, I would put up all the people that haven't been touched a block. So T-Core, sorry you're going up. Don't worry, you're just a pawn. Joseph, sorry, you're just a pawn. And Leah.
Well, I think the T-Core will potentially be an option moving forward because of, she was already HOH. I think they have to consider her, and you see how everyone loves her and cheering for her, so happy for her. So like that's
sorry, she won't put up one of the people. She'll put up Angela as payback.
Yeah, like is Quinn a threat in the game? Is he even worth putting up anymore, or is he just like considered too much of a joke to the other house guests?
He's still social pariah, isn't he?
He's a social pariah, but he's still a vote.
When Angela is calling you out as an unreliable person, it says something about you in the house.
Yeah.
And he had a fun moment today on the DR where he was like, What did I do? Like I just gave this, valuable piece of information to somebody, so put you on the block. Like he knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't care too. Like he doesn't do it sneakily. He's very like, this is what's happening. I gotta come tell you this, and then everyone gets back and everyone, like, he basically sinks his own game on purpose, and it's working for him. It's kind of annoying, really, because he should be on the block every week.
Jeff, would you want to waste a HOH eliminating Quinn?
Yes, because I could never tell this guy anything. I could never tell anybody that's.
Well, just don't tell him anything. But at the same time, if he's the leaky boat, just don't put any water in his direction.
The longer you leave him in the game, the more dangerous he is, and the more annoying.
And you're right. Like,
also, a target that can be beaten. He's a game shield, not a. He can't win. I don't really think he's going to win comps, really, right? So if you're on the block with Quinn, I'm like, I have the entire playbook of what I'm going to be saying to get rid of him versus me.
No, yeah, but I still think it's going to work. The house is not operating that way. The house is not taking out players that are big, like quote, like undermining, like, oh, they're a good social player. No, they're like, no, this guy's going to win competitions, or this girl. Like that's why Mackenzie, Cam are big threats going forward as far as who's going to be on the block. And then also,
Chelsea.
Well, the Chelsea is like the best social player in the game. It's not, to me, it's not even close. So
if they're a bit of tie tonight,
on the house right now. I don't think, like, everyone's like, she's on the bottom. I do not see that at all. She got T-Core, who's not even in her alliance, basically to say, yeah, I'll save you. I'll keep you safe all week for no reason. She should have been on the block.
Jeff, you know the reason. Stop. You know the reason.
Well,
you just don't want to say it. You want me to say it?
Sure, somebody.
I'll say it because I know that everyone's kind of worried about it. It's because she is another black woman and she does not want to be the one who's responsible for her getting out. She's said as much.
Right.
But then she gets in arguments with Angela, or like kind of like you said, well, like I don't want that perception that like this is an alliance or this is a thing.
I wouldn't want the perception. You wouldn't want the perception either. No one would want the perception.
No,
I think Jeff, you're right in terms of like playing it both ways, but at the same time, why not play it both ways? Because technically her argument isn't necessarily that you're wrong. It's that I don't like the perception of that. Can you please stop? Right? And then Angela's
you're left with a different perception. I think is kind of the thing.
And then Angela is just so like obsessed with how people like she's so emotional. Like her and Rabina, like please, like I don't want to say check your meds, but kind of check your meds. Like in terms of like just the emotions just running rampant. She's like, oh, I think I'm going to get eliminated or I'm going to go up on the block. It's like, come on. Rabina crying for how long for T-Core? Like
that was sad. It was embarrassing.
I thought especially of you during that sequence.
Yeah.
Like in tonight's episode where, Rabina goes to Tucker when he's all pissed off after the ceremony because, she didn't put up Leah like he wanted. Right. And Rabina goes in, are you mad at T-Core? And he goes, yeah, I gave her $5,000. I asked her for. I'm already on the block. I'm supposed to be in an alliance, and I said, hey, can you don't put up Angela, put up who's in the alliance as well. Why don't we put up Leah? I think it was a reasonable thing, and she goes, that's not fair to T-Core. It's completely fair to T-Core.
Yeah.
Once again, T-Core, for someone to say something that stupid, Rabina, bless your heart. That just shows you, like, how is Rabina so snowed to not see through that move?
I think it's just this like enamoration they have with T-Core for whatever reason. She's great at crochet, cool, and like
she has the accent.
Honestly, I think it's her accent because it's so mysterious. Like, it's half British, half Southern, half Chicago.
Yeah,
that's where like the places she's lived.
It's three halves. You're right, mushed together into one. I keep wondering, like, Tucker really should have used the AI instigator to bring out the AI T-Core. Who I'm like, can you replicate this accent?
Yeah,
in
bigger say Tucker
with a machine, like.
But it sounds like like sucka, like Booker T used to say.
But like depending, like especially when they do like the previously on Big Brother like sequence at the beginning, and they're cutting together different segments, and you get like her saying different things at different times. It really it takes a hard swing back and forth. It's
because like she says like the same word, like she differently. Differently. Like I think she said competitor, and then she'll say competition. I'm like, what? Like
in the Wednesday episode, she goes radiation, redaction, and they're like eradication.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Because she has so many of the different rules just commingling in her head.
Right. Yeah. I guess she moved around, but I think it's so unique, and maybe that's what the house guests love with her. She's got this very different way of talking.
Amanda thought she was from South Africa. That is what she's like, I think she's from South Africa. I was like, I have to look this up now because her accent is so strange that
I don't blame her for thinking that. South Africa, it's plausible, but it's not. It's from nowhere and everywhere at the same time. So it's different, and she seems like a very nice person and everything. I'm like, I need to see if this can be replicated.
I'm just saying, in the light of Sam, like, if there was anyone in the house, it would be T-Core that I would be hanging out the most with. Okay, right? But not Chemo though. Chemo.
You would be hanging out with T-Core the most?
Yeah. Like, Tucker's gone. Who am I going to hang out with?
Would have been Tucker for me, I think.
I'm just saying, when Tucker's gone, who else?
Would you rather hang out with Quinn or the AI Matt from the Matrix?
AI Matt.
AI Matt. AI Matt.
Did you guys like that whole sequence this week where Joseph was stuck with the AI Matt?
I didn't see that part. It was only.
You didn't see that? Oh, it was the most.
I needed more. I needed more.
So Joseph got punished for the veto competition, Jeff, and he was forced to go into the
isolation.
Room,
yeah,
isolate, which kind of looks like the Matrix or whatever. Yeah. And so he had to. So there was the AI hologram, but it was just like it was basically like if Zingbot was controlling the Matt hologram, like Mackenzie's love interest there, and he was just like, "Hey, guess what words rhyme with Matt? Cat." That, and it was like the funniest version of Matt wasn't even really Matt. It was this fake version of him. Crazy eyes. He's like, I don't have crazy eyes. I have, crazy love and stuff like that. I don't know. It was just like it was like the most hilarious stuff. And Joseph just had to listen to this for 24 hours nonstop. He couldn't get away from it.
Is Matt's BB comic gonna be Crazy Eyes? It's got to be, right?
It's got to be Crazy Eyes. Yeah.
Right.
If he's like, if Angela's still in the house by the time BB Comics comes around, you'd be like, that was Crazy Eyes, and I do them.
Angela's not going anywhere now.
Mm-hmm. Why should she?
Yeah.
Why should she?
She's going nowhere now.
Like, without Tucker, she's nothing.
She's just cruising right to Final Five. I would bet money on it.
Like, in the last night's episode, when she turns on Tucker, and I was like, what are you doing? Like, he's all you have. What are you doing? right? And and then it all blows up in her face. She's on the block by the end of the episode, and like she every time she's like facing adversity, she's like, "I want to be here. I want to be on freaking Big Brother. It's my dream." I'm like, you practiced this so many times at home. This speech when you were going to auditions and everything else.
She's gonna be at Final Five, and you're gonna hear her pontificate about how she overcame all the adversity, and she was the one who brought herself there. No one else brought her there. She is responsible for her own success, right? She'll have that delusion, right? And she's gonna win Big Brother. She can do it, right?
I will find it hilarious if she gets like deep in the game, like it's Final Five, she wins HOH, and then like I would love.
I don't think it's impossible that she wins this game. But I agree that
I don't think she'll win. I don't think people will vote for her.
I can only see like I could see like T-Core and Chemo potentially targeting Angela somewhere down the road, because I think they're the most annoyed by her in general.
Yes.
Of anyone else. It seems like some of the others are like, well, like she's annoying, but I like her as a person as well. There's sort of, I can find the redeeming qualities, even though she's sort of just a tedious pest at other times. I think if it had come to it tonight, like let's talk about maybe Cam's decision here to vote out Tucker, because he was crying here at the end. It was tough because he was like he tells us in the diary room like that Tucker's a big shield for him that is always keeping the attention off him. So it's kind of but with Tucker out of the game, he has a higher chance of winning the comps moving forward and having power, which I think is a solid argument or like thought process. So, but if he had not done that tonight and he had forced a tie with onto T-Core, I think T-Core would have voted out Angela here.
No,
you don't think so?
He should have done.
She would.
If she would have voted out Tucker, he should have tied the vote, because he would have put because he's not going to get credit for that vote out anyway. Chelsea's going to get the credit, right? So. Right. So why not make T-Core do it? And then that just like if that doesn't show to Rubina, where T-Core stands, what will? So like that's,
that would have broken up the Rubina T-Core thing.
Yeah.
Right. But Cam would have also really, potentially alienated Chelsea.
Why?
Because Chelsea wanted Tucker out. If Cam's gonna mess with that,
he would have got the end result. He still would have got the end result.
But I think he could still get the end result, and she could still be mad at him for how he went.
It would have been good for Cam to have found out exactly like, oh, so Chelsea, are you like final two with T-Core? Because that's kind of what it feels like. Cam's not that smart. That's the he's not thinking this way in the house, but he should be.
But if you were Cam tonight, you would have forced this tie and made and not told your alliance, not told Chelsea and whoever.
What's the negative
anyway?
But what's the negative part of Cam?
Well, in a vote this close, there's always a chance somebody also switches their vote or whatever, right?
Okay, Angela goes and Tucker's still there. They're gonna do the count, and Cam's like, "Bro, I voted for you." Right?
Yeah, but now Chelsea didn't.
So
Chelsea never was going to.
So
or Leah was also somebody who voted against him, but
I'm just saying Cam needs to figure out who is he playing this game with, because it's not Chelsea, and him keep thinking that Chelsea's going to be there for him as things go down the line. It's not going to work out well for him. He needs someone else.
With Tucker,
huh?
I think he kind of wanted to work with Tucker.
Yeah, he did.
But once again, he needs to build inroads with Tucker. When he pushed back against Tucker, when what's his name was here, guy who's all over TikTok now. He was
not Caleb, right? Joe,
is it Caleb?
What?
Cedric
the Entertainer. Yes.
Right.
When he was agreeing with Cedric when Tucker wanted Cedric to do certain things, right? That just proved to Tucker he's not with him, right? You need to build inroads. You need to put in an olive branch, right? And then Tucker understanding is like, look how close you were to getting voted out. I need you. You need me.
Right.
You like Tucker is not unreasonable at all.
Is that like Tucker's fault for not having a stronger alliance or connection here with Cam?
No, I blame Cam because Cam was not a look. Tucker wants to play with people who are playing, and Cam was not playing.
Yeah,
Tucker also wanted to play with Angela
because Angela is she's an agent of chaos. She's part of like she's at least doing something. Cam's just chilling.
She was his version of I'm trying to think what was Derek and Corey's version?
Victoria.
Victoria.
It's like their version of Victoria, right? Cody. I'm sorry.
Yeah, look
Cody.
how far she got in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were like, okay, Angela, we get done to the final three, and you sit next to Angela at the end. Who could be better, right?
Yeah, that would have been a great pitch.
And Angela would be delusional enough to think that she would win over Tucker.
It's a misread of Angela. She's too chaotic to rely on. Like she's even worse than like Josh, who went on to win against Paul, right?
Josh wasn't that bad.
Well, I'm over embellishing him, but there's always somebody in the game that everyone's like, there's no way. I guess even this season, Quinn is kind of in that position, right? Where no one respects him enough to vote for him at the end or whatever.
Quinn can still win the game.
I don't think he's going to make it to the. I don't think they're going to let that man sniff like that far into the game.
They don't have to say nice things about him when they get to the jury segment. Can we go back to Leah? The fact that Leah doesn't like Quinn, or what's going on with
friend
that?
zone?
Is it even friend zone?
Acquaintance zone.
Acquaintance
zone.
She's being nice to the Cam. She's being nice to Cam. I like Quinn. He's a nice guy, but I have no. It's like no, I have no interest in this dude. Right. We may joke around, but no.
And Joseph is she has a lot of interest in?
No,
it's the other way around.
No,
Joseph has the hots for her.
Then what is Leah going to be in this game moving forward? I know she does not that she has to be in a showmance, but I'm just trying to understand. Like she's on the right side of the vote tonight. She helps vote out here with Tucker. Now what is
she's a pylon?
Pylon?
She's a pylon.
She's a vote for Chelsea or whoever wants to bring her along.
Who does she want to work with? If ideally,
it seems like Chelsea.
Maybe her and Mackenzie aren't getting along anymore.
They don't show that on the show.
Yeah, but
they're
never together either.
Yeah, but they voted together. They
voted together tonight. Yeah.
But since the first week, you notice that they don't show them together.
You never see them like hanging out, right? So I don't know. Like there's something weird to that. I think Joseph is a weird player in this game too. He's.
I kind of like him, but I just wish he would explain himself better in the DR and stuff. Like he like I just don't think he knows how to be on TV. That's my vibe with him. Well,
everyone thought that he was the AI instigator in the house.
Right.
Are they going to find out now that it was Tucker?
They shouldn't.
Do you think?
No.
Well,
I
wonder if I feel like they'll just tell them now.
I wish they don't tell them because it's still a live piece of the game. Who was the instigator? Was it Tucker? I don't think it was Tucker. It's public. Like, wouldn't you want to weaponize that?
They should give the instigator to someone else this week.
Yeah.
And just to see.
It blew up in Tucker's face, and like I don't think he deserved anything, especially like the first time he uses it. Like Rabina's in tears, and he's having to console her.
I also don't think it was that bad what he did. I thought it was kind of funny.
But of course, Jeff, as I mentioned before, these people with their emotions just like they can't like control themselves.
I thought they were gonna cry when he was doing the twerking. I was like, he's just doing lighthearted stuff.
Is that just a reality of today's younger generation?
No, Angela does it too.
That's true.
The social media age. It's like
I'm
being talked about. That was literally what they were saying. I'm being talked about. I don't deserve this. It's like you're on a reality TV show where you're watching 24/7. What are you talking about? Like,
right. Well,
you know?
when Quinn called Tucker all those names in his like speech that when he was when he was on the block,
Dorkatron. I'm like, come on.
Dorkatron. Apparently, Tucker was like beside himself for days. He was so mad about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
Which is just hilarious.
He
Like,
called me a Dorkatron.
That is kind of hilarious.
How could he?
Maybe it's generational.
Right. Well, they can't even access social media, so they have no idea how they're being perceived outside, right? Until they walk into that.
well,
like,
Tucker did.
Tucker had a sense more because he
Yeah.
was winning powers and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And Quinn should know too.
Yeah, because he got put on the block by America.
Yeah, he got put on the block by America's vote.
right. He should give it. Yeah, he's leaning into this villain thing for better or worse.
But he's not really a villain though. He's like, you know who he is? He's Batman v Superman Lex Luthor. Just this eccentric dude that's just there.
Is it Jesse Eisenberg?
Yeah,
Lex Luthor?
He's Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, he's that guy where you're just like, shut up, stop screaming at the camera. You're not cool.
I
You
think
know,
he's
just be yourself. Like, stop. You know, like that's every time I watch him do his DRs, I'm just like, you don't need to do this. Stop.
I think he's more like Mark Hamill's Trickster from The Flash.
He's a bit of a cock knocker.
He's a bit of a cock knocker. He's a bit of a like just like this sort of cartoonish kind of like not villain. Well, kind of a villain, but like not a good villain, not a super villain.
A
like
cartoon villain.
Yeah, like a tier 1 villain, like level 1 boss.
Like the opening game
really.
was just it's the tutorial because he's so boring. The tutorial's running as you're fighting him.
Like if it was Mike Tyson's Punch Out, he's like the Glass Joe level. You know, he's just like you could lose, but you probably shouldn't.
You could lose. You accidentally drop the controller, and you could lose. That's
right. Don't drop the controller; you'll be fine.
Did we get any Julie or Looking Beautifuls tonight? I didn't remember if we got
There was
it.
a bit of that. Not a ton.
I don't think
Leah had said it to her. She's like, "You look beautiful." And
okay. There's always one.
Sometimes Julie returns the compliment. Sometimes she does not. But tonight Joseph said, "How do I look? How is my stash look?"
The Joseph's been great on like those on the live evictions. Like he's the only player where like, thank you for doing something different. Like stop. Like yeah,
he might be the player you're cheering for here on. I don't know.
Oh, he's my next player I'm cheering for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I have Cam and Chelsea in the draft, although I haven't been necessarily as characters felt the need to root for them that much. Maybe Chelsea more than Cam.
Chelsea's the mastermind character. They want the show wants Chelsea to win. I that's how I feel. They want to Tucker, but Chelsea's their mastermind character of the show.
We're gonna see who the narrator is gonna switch over to.
It won't be
come
Tucker
next
now.
episode.
It's gonna be Chelsea.
Yeah. Unless they bring Tucker in to narrate the season, because they're like, "What are we gonna do?"
We'd like you to come back, Tucker. Just to tell us what you think about what just happened on the live.
They're gonna have Quinn do it a lot. It's gonna be so annoying.
He's got to stop yelling.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Julie.
That's
was it Bobcat Goldthwait?
Yeah, he's kind of like he has a little bit of that going on too. Like,
we just need to give him a sweet chuck.
His whole vibe, it just freaks me the hell out. I gotta tell you, like
it's the hair and like
the hair and the turtleneck,
the feminine, like the very femme facing type of.
But then he starts
vibe.
talking and it's so masculine, and you're very thrown off by it. It just doesn't like it's.
He's got like a carrot top thing going, but before he got jacked.
Yeah, it's,
so like
kind of like a carrot top. Mixed with something like maybe Bobcat or
Carrot Top, Bobcat Goldthwait, a little bit of like the snowboarder dude, Sean, whatever his name is.
Was it Sean White?
Sean White.
Yeah,
he's got like all these, and a little bit of and then he's got like a girl vibe to him too, with like because his hair's curly and the big '80s glasses, like.
When I still said like in the cast preview, I was like I was convinced this was a woman.
I thought so too.
It was Quinn, the nurse recruiter. I was like, it's Dr. Quinn, medicine woman. It turns out no, Quinn's a guy, and a nurse recruiter nonetheless. But from Omaha, Nebraska, of all places.
But that's like so oddly specific. Nurse recruiter. Wouldn't you just be referred to as a recruiter?
Only nurses.
Only
I don't recruit anything but nurses all the time. I don't know. I'm not really sure how that works.
Those to look for.
Yeah, does he work for just like a headhunter or company or something like that? I don't know.
Dave, how did you feel about Chemo being the one to do the power veto competition so that he can give away the Hawaii prize?
I did think about you when that happened. He's like, you can win a trip to Hawaii.
At least said at one point, oh, you can come visit me. Did Mackenzie end up winning that?
Yeah.
Mackenzie got it, and she
did
right?
good.
She's taking her whole family, apparently.
Yeah.
If I was Tucker, I would have taken that vacation. What was he thinking, taking the punishment? Like,
well, he could have given up. He could have given the money to Mackenzie and got the trip.
Yeah, he should have done that.
I think he wanted to show loyalty to T-Core or to have some kind
Which
of
I did not understand. Like, you could show loyalty, but like at the same time, don't like mess yourself up in the process.
Take a punishment when you came second in the competition. Are you stupid? They're gonna vote you out anyway.
We saw here tonight. He was a little bit like, I don't know, self-defeating. I think as he was.
I felt bad for him, like toward the end, of this week, because I was just like, he knows he's going home if he doesn't win, and it's just like, I was just like, I would probably feel the same way. I'm probably like, whatever,
Yeah.
I'll try my best, but whatever. Like, these people are gonna vote me out anyway. What does it matter?
He lost that competition.
I think Jaemeel said it, but Dave, I think he kind of realized he's playing with dummies. Like, he's playing with a bunch of players. Every time he tries to get something done or he asks for something, nobody listens to him. Nobody wanted anything to do with what Tucker's ideas were. They were like, oh no, I'll just do what I want. And a lot of these players,
right? Yeah, I agree. I think I was mostly frustrated with how T-Core played this week. I know giving her no A. I'll tell you that much. She's
giving her A.
But it depends on what she does here, moving forward, and what kind of alliance she pulls together or not, and if that lasts either. Like, if she works with Chelsea and Cam moving forward, okay.
What if Chelsea wins HOH next week and puts T-Core and Chemo on the block?
She won't. Like, she might put Chemo up, but she won't put T-Core up. She'll respect the Black Woman Alliance treaty.
Black Sisters over Misters.
Black Sisters over Misters agreement here.
That's a clip right there. Please, we need to get the clip.
They can get out Angela and Mackenzie next, and
so what does that mean?
And Leah, for that matter.
Does that mean Chelsea and T-Core will never go after each other? They're going to go to the final two together?
No, but it's convenient right now. If you're T-Core, why would you get rid of Chelsea right now?
Should they systematically target all the white people and get them all out next?
That's always my jury.
I can see that happening.
Shocked, I think, too, when Cedric went home. It was like, oh no, you broke the rule. The rule was you don't do that before jury, at least.
Well, it feels like there's a little bit of that maybe from at least from T-Core's perspective. I don't know about so much from
at the end of the day, you also want to put people who would vote for you into the jury.
Right. And we know who Rubina is making the jury if T-Core has anything to say about it, right?
Rubina, because Rubina would definitely vote for T-Core. Chelsea would, if Chelsea and Rubina are in the jury and T-Core is in the finals, that's 2 guaranteed votes.
Rubina is 100% going to be on the jury. She's not making the final two. I would bet $1 million on it. There's no chance Rubina wins the game.
Is Rubina making the jury?
Yes.
Yeah.
But no chance she wins the game. I think she has a hard path to win this game as well. I think
I don't think she has any chance to win the game. Even if she made it to the end, I just do not think Rubina can
Remember how I said Quinn's never going to win the game? Quinn has a better chance than Rubina.
Yes.
Quinn, yeah. But okay, we saw here tonight, after Tucker gets voted out, they're all crying for Rubina. Because Rubina's crying, Mackenzie's crying, and Cam's crying.
It's all nonsense. They don't
I
think Cam was upset a little bit. That seemed real, but the rest of them, no, come on.
Quinn was definitely not upset.
No.
Like, honestly, we know we wouldn't be upset. Like, we're like, sorry that you got to go, but all of you have to end up going anyways if I have to win.
Yeah.
That's the truth of the matter.
Right. Well, yeah. I don't know. I think that like there's going to be a new order here, depending on who wins the next HOH. Is there any chance we're going to find that out tonight, Jaemeel? Or do you think that that's?
No.
I'm
will
not
we
saying
get a false?
anything.
Do we want a false report? You're going to tell us, oh, T-Core somehow the HOH again.
She has a mysteriously second term all of a sudden.
She gets a mysterious second term.
Like Jeff, what would be the most boring head of household situation?
Boring situation for head of household. I'm going to say chemo.
I 100% agree.
You think he'll be the next HOH?
No, I think it would be the most boring outcome for HOH.
I think you could win your trip to Hawaii.
He actually was bad about that. You could see he was like, "Oh, you could come visit me." I guess. Like I think he was bad.
Well, he'd rather T-Core have won the prize than.
Oh, maybe that there was some like there was some sort of thing that bothered him about that Hawaii vacation. I don't know what it was.
Is Chemo on? Yeah, he's on the Big Island or is he on Oahu? Where's Hilo?
I would imagine he's on Oahu.
Yeah.
Not everyone is there. Hilo is the largest settlement.
I would prefer if like Rabina wins head of household and she's like, I'm gonna get revenge on the people that you voted for Tucker.
That would be great.
That would be fun.
Or if Angela won it, I would love to see.
Angela. This third HOH win? That's crazy.
I would love it if Angela could win it, but I don't see it happening. But I could. Or Joseph would be cool. I'd like to see what he would do.
Protect Lee at all costs.
Do you guys know about Joseph jerking off in his outhouse?
No.
So when he was in the Matrix, he couldn't go to the bathroom, right? So they set up like a little porta potty kind of tent thing.
Yes.
Right. And apparently he went in there and jerked off and bragged about it to the house guests.
Of course he would. Of course he would.
So it wasn't like they caught him or they showed it like they were never.
They couldn't. You could maybe see his outhouse thing like shaking, but there's no camera inside of this thing, so it's like the one place I guess you could do it because even in the normal toilets they have cameras in there.
They've never shown that though.
Yeah, but they never show the cameras.
But there are cameras.
Yeah, there's a one at the top where because
sometimes like people have gone in there for a private conversation.
Yeah.
It hasn't really happened much
anyway. There's mics, like they can still hear them. They don't need a camera in there. I don't get it.
Well, I guess they don't want there to be a room where people would go. There's no camera in that room, so we're going to use that. So
right.
So technically, the toilets have cameras, but not Joseph's outhouse thing that was set up in the have not room. So
right. Well, you know what?
Hack the system.
Hack the system.
Well, Matt was droning on.
The amount of people in the episodes this week talking about getting off. Right? Getting off the block, getting off. Cam said it like about 4 or 5 times. Getting off during the veto episode. Getting off.
Yeah. Shout out to all his dogs in the crib.
Shout out all my dogs at the crib.
Did you add Chemo's contribution to your musical clips?
No, but it was pretty amazing when he was singing the songs this week. Yeah, that was.
I was fine with it. Until it kept going.
He was singing. Was he singing about Rabina? Is that who he was singing about? Or was it?
No, he was just like singing in the Big Brother house, and then that was basically it.
Yeah, he can sing. He could be good at karaoke in Hawaii.
Karaoke.
Yeah, karaoke.
That scene tonight with the pickle, or was it the other night?
That was on the other night. Yeah.
What was that about? Why was that on the show?
Pretty phallic. It was pretty phallic. A two-way thing. Nobody asked for this, and
I was like, "Why is this on the show? What's going on?"
It was a 2-hour. I didn't realize last night was a 2-hour episode. I did enjoy. I think mostly the Joseph being tortured by Matt AI thing. I laughed out loud a few times at that.
Did you get any clips from it?
No, but I did think about it. I haven't been pulling as many Big Brother clips because like after a while you even forget some of these contestants. Like,
What's your favorite Matt quote? What?
What?
It's from the Matrix, not from actual Matt.
No, real Matt. I don't want any. And there's no. I'm crazy eyes. That would be like his best quote. But like, like if I played you a clip from somebody from like Big Brother USA 23, would you even know?
I always wanted to start an alliance called the Slaughterhouse.
Who's that?
Frenchie?
Yes,
that's Frenchie, right?
Yeah,
of course. Frenchie's memorable. You picked a poor person to start off with.
Who's this?
I don't want to be friends with them. I don't want him to talk to me. I want nothing to do with you.
What season of Big Brother is that?
I think it's the same one, 23.
It's not
3
Tiffany.
years ago. 3 years ago, it's Whitney.
Oh, Whitney, yes, the great game player Whitney.
Yeah, I also have some Survivor sprinkled in here, but mostly, yeah. Okay, how about this one?
Do I think she should drop an album? Probably not.
Xavier?
That's Xavier.
Xavier, who just recently passed the bar. Oh, sorry. Let's take a couple moments to talk about Big Brother 14's dad, Frank Udi's father passed away just
Sid?
recently. Psycho Sid passed away.
Psycho Sid?
Yes, he was
Yeah, that's
63
right.
years old.
I forgot he was his dad. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Just another wrestler gone too young, I guess. So, sorry to hear that about Psycho Sid. Who wasn't, as far as I know, not really psycho. Just played one on TV.
For the most part, he seemed a very reasonable individual. A lot of people have glowing things to say. Not necessarily the best promo. Yep.
I think that's in response to what you said, but I'm not sure.
No, I think it was before, but still appreciated, Lex. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Well, just for a little bit of a draft update, Amanda has been knocked out of the draft, Jeff. She had Tucker, and she also had Kenny, so she's done.
Kenny was poor pick.
Your wife's out. My wife's also out.
I got both my players still.
You still have both yours. I still have both mine. I
only got one left.
Jaemeel has Takor left. He lost.
I need that A plus. I need that A to last a while.
But somehow your draft pick is still on in the show as an AI version.
Yeah, and yeah. Look, I will say I think that Matt was still a good choice, but somehow, like
You
thunder.
didn't think about the Angela factor.
Yeah.
Crazy eyes.
She's like, that's a crazy eyes right there.
Matt.
There was some analysis that like, Angela's obsessed with showmances. First, it was like the Mackenzie and Matt showmance, and then it became the Tucker Rabina showmance.
Yeah.
So Cam and Chelsea, if they're even thinking about a showmance, they better.
No, Chelsea just has no interest in hooking up with anyone.
No, okay, then good. Better for both their games.
Joseph and Chemo, watch out.
Oh yeah, if Leah and Joseph, or if like not that that's probably going to happen, but if it did, it would be bad news because Angela's coming after you.
And I absolutely believe Leah's lying about she's a chubby chaser because you see how she reacts when she's with Cam versus when she's with Joseph and when she's with Quinn.
I don't even know if Leah knows what she's about. I don't think Leah chases anybody for any reason.
She's kind of an airhead. I mean, she like as far as like on the show, like she comes across like she doesn't really pay attention to the show or what she's doing or like how the show.
She's a VIP cocktail server in Pittsburgh.
Okay,
so
like it's just her personality is kind of like, I don't know. Like, I feel like she shouldn't have been casted on the show. Like, that's kind of my,
she hasn't been exciting. Like, she doesn't seem like she's trying to win anything. The only thing she's really done so far is vote Tucker out. That was like her biggest things. You know, she's like, Tucker doesn't talk to me about games, so I'll just vote.
Wasn't her idea, Dave? Like, she just was like, yeah, that's a good
she just
idea.
votes for the house. She just doesn't want to be on the wrong side of the vote.
Yeah, like everything she's doing. At least Mackenzie's having to fight for her life. Like these other players, like even Robina is like a lot more involved on the show. Or even though she's not very good at the game, she's a lot more involved. Leah is not involved with anything. She's like basically just like, oh, I'm laying around, and
Leah might be the Victoria of this season.
She's kind of is. She kind of is.
Yeah, we'll see if anyone picks her up as like an ally, a vote you can use, because dumb players like this, as you get into the jury phase and even down towards the end, they become like all of a sudden important pieces. Even though, and if you can steer them in the right direction, you can use that to advance your game. Like if you have that ability, like Derek worked a lot on Victoria. Like don't that was a big part of
gas he probably fueled up like
huge. Like if Victoria had somehow won that final HOH, she would have taken Derek
for sure,
100%. So I think that's he is one of the best ever, I think, but at least in the seasons I've watched. Okay, we've talked about everybody. Okay, the other draft teams, like Daryl's got Chemo and Rabina. Don't like your chances. And Foster's got Joseph still. And the Simons have Quinn and Angela, who are still technically in play.
It's slim pickings. It's honestly slim pickings. When you start going through the remaining amount of cast, you're like, ooh, Tucker was doing a lot of heavy lifting with this season so far.
Really with Tucker season, is this going to like be deflated balloon, or are we gonna get like sort of? Is it gonna go bad, or could this still
someone emerges?
It's gonna get kind of boring because now it's just like there's no one to root for now. Like Joseph might be the only one, but he's not gonna win anything. So and if Cam starts winning, it's going to be boring still because Cam's not really going to do anything to. He's going to I want to keep I don't want to rock the boat. I want to do what the house wants. I'll win competitions, but I want to do what the house wants. He's not going to go and kind of take control of this game. That's not Cam's personality. No, that's. To be fair, pretty much everybody's personality in this house, except for maybe 3 players, like Chelsea, T-Core, Chemo. They're not kind of like that way, I guess.
But T-Core and Chemo spent majority of how many weeks saying they were going to do stuff. We're going to confront this person because they had the information they got from Quinn, and they did nothing. They would say we're going to do it tomorrow, and then tomorrow came, and they did nothing.
As far as I understand, their live feed reputation is that they're procrastinators, that they have all these big, lofty goals that they don't really do anything to advance. But, here and then T-Core wins power this week, and she seems to be well positioned, regardless of all that. Yeah. So I don't know.
And then she leaves with practically no blood in her hands.
I don't know who's going to target T-Core next week, I guess, is so maybe you're right to give her the A+ or the A. You didn't give her a plus, but will anyone
A+?
Would anyone target her next week?
Maybe Chelsea? Not Chelsea. Mackenzie?
Maybe Angela?
Mackenzie would have good reason to.
Mackenzie going, I'm tired of all these people who've never been on the block, so you're going to get a taste of it.
So many people have put up Mackenzie, so she has a lot of options on who she could put up. T-Core is definitely one of them.
T-Core, Angela, and
Quinn.
Maybe Quinn, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Right, or throw up Chemo next to T-Core. They would lose their minds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. T-Core, Chemo, Rubina. There's your 3.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Oh, they would
just to keep the house interesting. I want to see once again, Jeff. You got it for maybe 2 weeks or a week and a half about 2 sides of the house going back and forth. Now is there a side?
No.
Well, I think that's what makes it interesting, though. I think that there's still a lot of potential. I think that this could get boring or it could get really interesting. I think that both options are equally possible.
Everyone's so reluctant to stand out that it's going to be the moment that anyone kind of everyone's going to take a step back, and the one person that wasn't paying attention, they're like, okay, we're going to vote this person out. Everyone else, we're together. Yep. Because they're not going to want to make waves. They're going to want to go with whatever is the easiest. They're going to vote with the house, and that's where the boredom comes in.
What if Angela's the next HOH?
And then chaos resumes.
Chaos resumes. Yeah.
So
I think everyone should want.
yeah, I want another Angela HOH. I think we need
Third
it.
HOH this season. That would be crazy.
It would be amazing. I think it's what we need right now. It's the hero we need, not the one we deserve.
Angela or Rubina would be a fantastic HOH because it's going to be so emotional. It's going to be like, it's just going to be all over the place.
I'd rather see Angela.
Just imagine Angela wins HOH maybe 2 or 3 more times. And then we start looking at the record books as Angela.
And then they
being
have
this
to take her
puppy.
seriously. They're like, well, she can like, even though she's like this disaster in terms of her social game, she'll be able to stand up there and say, I survived all these days. I won these competitions. I was HOH all these times. She'll have a resume.
It was on the block a lot.
Yeah, I was on the block. I survived it. Like she'll be able to make a case, but the problem is that these people know her very well. And they've been thoroughly annoyed by her for at this point, almost 40 days. What are we into now? Day 45, right?
We heard how much Joseph is annoyed by Rubina's laugh on tonight's episode. So,
This is great.
Yeah.
That's the point where you want like the petty like grievances. Like, I hate the way that you eat. I hate the way you chomp your mouth. I hate the way you laugh. I hate the way you walk.
Right.
I'm stuck in here with you, and I got to deal with it. That's why I'm like shocked Angela's still in the house because like I don't know if I could handle it.
An Angela HOH it would be good. I think a Mackenzie HOH would be good. I
Rubina
think
would be interesting, although Tikora would probably just take it over.
Yeah.
yeah.
No cry.
Leah could be interesting.
Where she's forced to do something.
She's
Where
forced
she's
to do it.
She's just desperate to to connect with people, and then the entire house.
It's one of these weird things where somehow she wins by accident, and then she's the HOH. And
I just don't see it happening.
The house purposely disregards her wishes and votes the other person out that she wanted. Joseph gets voted out.
A Joseph HOH would be good.
Yeah, I'd like to see a Joseph HOH.
That would be interesting. Right now, it would be interesting. Chemo would be boring. I think for me, Rubina would be boring. Chelsea is not. I'm not interested in seeing her win power right now.
She's going
me either.
That's what I think. I think Chelsea's the most likely to win.
I think she's a high chance. I just hope. And Angela, we already said, and Quinn, I think is this other one that I don't know. Like if he wins power outright, and he's the HOH, not like a deep fake HOH, should be maybe interesting to see what he does with that, and if he can improve his position in the game. But
who would he put up on the block now? He put Joseph probably in Rubina.
Would he put up Joseph? Would Quinn do that?
I think he'll try to connect with the visionaries again.
So he'll do whatever Tikor and
Chemo suggest.
Chemo tell him what to do.
Yeah.
At that point, yeah. I don't think anyone trusts him, right? So it's just like even Tikor and Rubina, I don't think, or sorry, Tikor and Chemo, I don't think they truly trust Quinn.
They shouldn't.
I think they're using him for the moment.
And so if Quinn wins HOH, they'll buddy to him. But the moment that his power is done, they're going to be like, "Yep."
Yeah, which is that's what I find weird about even Quinn as a player, because he's like outright he wants to be despicable, he wants to be a schemer, he wants to have all these things, and yet he has like this soft spot specifically for Tikor and Chemo, where he's like he actually wants to be truly loyal to them, and the good part of him or whatever is going to play that way. But everybody else in the game, he'll be deceptive, he'll be whatever.
Yeah,
but they don't reciprocate it, and he should be able to see that.
Nope, that's his blind spot.
No, he saw it. He cried about it.
Well, I still think he'll go crawling back.
Yeah,
I just don't think he's giving up on them. Like either. Whereas I think they've kind of like they'll use him as it's convenient, and they won't otherwise. I think emotionally they're not invested in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's more it's a thing of convenience. I don't know. I actually find Tikor very logical actually in how she's approached. She's not very emotional. Maybe
He's a game body.
A little bit.
It's kind of what Tucker said. They're very safe. They like to play a safe game. Everybody's safe. Make sure I don't ruffle any feathers. Make sure I come across to the audience that I'm a good guy or something like that. At least I'll give Quinn credit. He doesn't care about that. And that's the one thing I do like about Quinn is that he would make moves if he won HOH. He would just do whatever.
But Jeff, at the same time, Tucker was drinking the Kool-Aid regarding Tikor You
Yeah.
know, on
No, he was.
Sundays, like, I'm so happy for you. I'll do whatever it takes for your HOH. I want to respect your HOH. I'm like, Tucker, what happened? You don't have to respect her HOH. You can be happy for her, but like all this, like,
Yeah, sucking
this
up.
attitude, it just, like,
I think it's a miscalculation on Tucker's part. How he,
Yeah.
I think he underestimated Quinn, because he thought saving Quinn with the veto might eventually earn him some loyalty. I guess he kind of got a little bit of it back when he exposed what Angela was going to, come for Tucker. But I don't know,
Yeah, but Quinn did that to benefit himself.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. So I don't know. I just don't think. I think that Tucker was an interesting player, but he was also not the best either. He was sloppy, and I'd like to see him play again.
I want to see him play again.
I think that's probably how we'll eulogize here, Tucker. I think he'll be back. I don't think he'll just come in at the very end and have 2 words to say as one of the pre-jury boots.
he's getting the entire segment.
He's getting a whole segment. Him and Rabina might get married. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it's
He goes to the Philippines and meets her family.
Yeah, it could be. She's Filipino, right?
Oh, bro, yes.
Yeah.
So was Matt too, right? Wasn't Matt Filipino?
Yeah. Okay, well, I think that's it for this week. It was a fun week. Week 7 coming up. We already kind of played out who we think would and wouldn't be a good HOH, but probably whatever we want won't come true. So we'll in a week's time we'll recap that and break all that down. And as we move further and further in this game, I guess we're approaching the halfway point, maybe even today, right? Because is it 100 days or 90 days this season? If it's 100 days, then we're almost at the halfway point. 90. It's gonna be 90 days. Today is the halfway point, guys. So we're almost there. We're getting to the home stretch. All right. Well, we'll see you on the flip side, if you will. Make sure to check out.
I thought you were gonna play Big Blue Couch instead of that.
Okay.
Blue couch, grab a seat and some popcorn with your friends.
So classic. Check out all our great content here on Super Invaders Podcasting, including the Mary Mater Marvel Society. Most recently talked about Deadpool and Wolverine. And soon, I guess, Captain America, Red Hulk.
Agatha all along, dude.
Do we have to?
What do you mean we have to?
Okay, we'll talk about Agatha. All 8 episodes of this show.
Yep. Can't wait.
Yeah. All right. Make sure you let me know when it's out. And sometimes because we talked about Netflix stuff in the past, and they got this Mr. McMahon Vince McMahon documentary coming out on Netflix on September 25th. I think it's something we should probably talk about.
It's gonna be juicy.
It's gonna be juicy. So,
If we're just adding in random stuff on September, I think it's 13th. September 13th is Uglies. The movie comes out, which I'm extremely looking forward to. I am a big fan of the series. I've met the author at San Diego, had him sign my book. My book here? No, I don't have my book. Yeah, usually the hat I wear, which says Valentino 317, is a reference to said book. So I'm looking forward to that release.
McG.
Netflix.
I think I might
Big
go
G directed.
Are you gonna go see Beetlejuice in the theater?
I don't know.
No.
Maybe. Not really. I don't really care.
They made a huge mistake. Why is that movie coming out in September? That movie should be coming out in October. Are they stupid?
No, it's going to stay in theaters into October.
Yeah, but still stupid.
It's late. It's late September, right?
Yeah.
Like make it come out October 15th or something. Like make it come out like 2 weeks before.
Then it's really only there for 2 weeks.
Okay,
right now,
October
it could.
1st.
Sorry.
Then I'm sorry. Then October 1st. Like why? It's everyone's gonna have seen it by the time October comes around.
I figured they started off because people are going to be at school, and then you have a holiday weekend that you also are going to collect some extra viewership with, and then you also have October 31st. Like in terms of horror movies coming out, Smile 2 maybe, but Smile 2 is going to be R and not really PG, so the kids won't be able to go to that. There probably is no family October movie, and that's why they're trying to give themselves as much of a long of a runway, because you just see with Inside Out how it just cleaned up. Like it cleaned up even against Despicable Me 4, Inside Out 2. Is there any competition that's even remotely close to Beetlejuice? I don't think so.
Movies.
So I think it's just that they're like they see all this real estate. They're like, why only look to win 2 weekend box offices when we can win like 4?
Right. It's maybe the right timing. Just September 6th is when it comes out. Although it's premiered August 28th at the Venice International Film Festival,
where it got a 3-minute standing ovation.
Wow.
Everything gets dude. I could probably get a standing ovation at a lot of these festivals. They gave was it Red State or was it
I think it was Clerks.
They gave
2.
another one like a 5-minute standing ovation, and then the movie bombed.
Did Twisters get a 5-minute standing ovation?
Probably not. I can't imagine. Well, make sure you check out all our great content. We're, of course, part of the United Federation podcast, which is a greater network of podcasts with Star Trek podcasts, X-Men podcasts, game shows, all kinds of stuff. Trivial debates coming at you later this month. Jeff Mader hosting a Game of Thrones themed episode that I will be competing in. So look out for that. And Eamon on Track, also doing music reviews. Maybe he'll do an Oasis album review with Jaemeel.
This hate of Oasis, I think, is unwarranted. I do not understand it at all.
You need to get on there. Eamon doesn't have any predisposition, so you can stop him from being corrupted.
What's wrong with the Oasis?
I just think they're overrated. I like their return for concerts is not. But a coworker of mine actually is going to drive up here potentially all the way from Pittsburgh to.
Why? There's no.
They're coming to Downsview.
Who's a better band, Oasis or the Foo Fighters?
Foo Fighters.
Nah, I disagree.
They're the same. Tie is the true answer.
When people say that they're overrated, I'm like, who's like rating Oasis so super high that it's considered overrated? I think they are what they are, right? They may talk a big game, which a lot of that's just taking a piss, but I'm not saying that Oasis is the best group ever of all time.
Are they better than Drive Shaft or worse?
We are everybody.
You are everybody.
They're one of the best bands of the 90s, like when rock was dying, right? Like when rock was dying, they were like one of the only bands with like big songs,
Well, like they were big when I was in high school. So the people like them.
Were you like, Oasis?
I think they're fine. I think that, but some people take them like they're not the Beatles. Let's get real here.
They were the closest thing to like a new Beatles that ever was.
They were even called the Fab Five, weren't they?
Yeah, they marketed them like they were the Beatles. They were never going to be as good as the Beatles, but they were so close, like as far as like their writing style, like the way their songs were coming out, the way they sounded. They're from Manchester. The Beatles are from Liverpool.
Yeah,
they're very similar, like vibe. They have, they have two different voices, which kind of hurts them. If they had a third voice or a third songwriter, their band, that would have helped them, but. Yeah,
well, I think this has to be a review on Eamon on Track. Aaron's gonna go, yeah, I like this Oasis. So check out all that stuff. Check out Haiti to see this one. They were on tonight, I think, too. All right, well, we'll get out of here. And
there's nothing in September. There's Transformers 1.
Okay.
There's Transformers 1. Basically, there's Joker. Like no one's taking their kids to go see Joker.
Movie stars.
This 1992 movie looks interesting.
1992.
We'll say goodnight, okay? Let's say goodnight here.
I guess we could.
All
guess we could, Dave.
Well, until that next time, love one another and see you on the flip side.
See you on the flip side.
From outside the Big Brother house, I'm Julie Chen Boonvez. Love one another.
Beam up some Star Trek content with Live Long and Podcast. Tune in to X-Rated, the X-Men animated review show. Artistic interviews with graphic histories. a roundtable movie discussion with Hey, did you see this one? And movie reviews with Hold Up, a movie podcast. And while you're at it, spin a few records with Eamon on Track. Watch us duke it out on trivial debates. And let's chat about TV with the Super Mater Brothers. It's all here on the United Federation of Podcasts.
We are the same, McLeod. We are brothers.